I'm Tom Hubner, President of the Rutland Regional Medical Center. The Rutland Regional Medical Center is the largest community hospital in Vermont. We started back in 1896. We had 16 beds, 8 physicians, 1 nurse. This past year, we took care of nearly 250,000 patients, and we have 1,600 staff, 258 doctors. We are here to serve our community in every new way that is possible with this promise to you. We listen, we respect, we care, always.
Hi, and welcome to Window on Wellness. I'm Jackie Hesse, Executive Chef at Rutland Regional Medical Center. I'm joined today with Brian Kerns, Vice President of Human Resources.
Morning, Jackie.
Thank you for joining me today.
Very glad to be
We're
here.
here at the Rutland Farmers Market today shopping for the Farmers Market frittata that we're going to be making. So many great ingredients today. I think we're really going to find some really nice local fresh produce to use.
I think so. The rain has really set things up nicely, and now this sun is just, you can hear things growing.
Absolutely. Let's get started and see what we can find.
Sounds like a great plan.
Thanks. Let's go. I think our first stop is going to be Greg over here.
Sounds good. Oh, look at all the colors here.
Oh, it's so vibrant.
Jeez.
Let's see.
All right.
What do we have? Ooh, the tomatoes. I think we're going to go for these.
I really like the golden tomatoes.
Bell's
Yeah, I do too.
$1.75 on the Italian fryers. Oh, I'm sorry.
Good morning.
Morning, Greg.
Back.
We are. I think we're going to go for these. I like these because we have a couple purple, a couple red, and then these are sun gold.
Those are sun gold. They're like eating fruit. And actually, these are black cherries.
Black cherries.
They're awesome.
I've never heard of a black cherry tomato. That sounds great.
Yum. This will give us some variety. So we'll get one of
Really
these.
nice.
Cool.
What do you think about some greens? I think I saw some baby Swiss chard over there.
Yes, we do.
That would be great in a
Magenta
frittata.
I think so, yeah. It'll give us a little bit of bite, a little bitterness.
Yeah.
Let's go for one of those. Which one do you think looks good?
Here we go. We're going to take
Think that's
some
a good
color
choice?
in Sweet chard.
Yeah, we'll do the tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I think we needed a little bit of squash, maybe some zucchini.
You know,
Yeah, that's what we had discussed. I think that would be great. Oh, Greg, here. Well,
Yeah, we got our bags here, Greg.
Oh, okay, cool. There's also down there kusa, which is Arabic for squash.
Really?
It's from Lebanon. It is a type of summer squash, a little different color. It's a kind of a lime green. It has a sweetness that you wouldn't normally associate with squash, and it also has a little, you know, when you saute up summer squash, it kind of falls apart in the middle.
Yeah.
Right.
The kusa tends to stay together.
Oh,
so that would be good for a frittata.
let's try one of those.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Great.
Thank
Good recommendation.
Well, with our new Syrian community members,
Yeah.
Right.
we're trying to reach out and grow some stuff that they'd be familiar with.
That's awesome.
So
That's nice.
And that's what's really great about the farmers market is getting in touch with the farmers.
Yeah.
And they know their product and they know they can make some great
Well, we learned a lot from
recommendations.
you guys too.
Thank you. Perfect. Put it away.
$9, please.
Okay.
How are you? Good.
There you are.
Out of 10.
These carrots. Thank you so much. We
Greg.
appreciate it. Have
All
a
right.
great rest of the day.
Here.
Yeah, get in touch with me.
Thank you. They have a beautiful spread, and I think they're going to have the onions that we need.
The colors are wonderful.
The vendors do such an amazing job of setting everying up. I'm
Yeah,
always
they do.
so impressed.
Like a palette of vegetables.
It is. The colors are just unbelievable. Let's see.
So I
Look
think
at them.
we, in particular, we're looking for maybe like an onion.
A sweet onion, I think, would really be great.
Wow. I
And
think
look at the
that's
variety we
there.
have.
Look at that. Wow. That's huge.
What do you think?
These are the sweet onions, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Let's go for one of those. We
absolutely.
won't need too big of a one. Let's see. Let's take this guy right on the top.
I think so. Okay.
We'll take him.
Is that it for you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's $1.50.
Big spenders this morning. Let's see.
Is the name sweet onion? Is that the official name, or is it like a Vidalia? Or?
It's similar to a Vidalia, so that's what we compare it to generally.
And your farm's in Vincent?
Yes. Yeah. So we're in Vincent, Vermont, really close to the lake up there. So
Oh, okay.
there's 7 and I'll get 50 cents.
Great. What is parsley?
Did we want to get some parsley too, you think?
We could get a little bit of parsley.
Could add a little
I don't need a
texture to
whole
things.
lot of it. Let's actually do a little bunch of parsley also.
Okay,
Would
so
that be
that's
okay?
$1.50, and I'll
Okay.
just keep that 50. Perfect.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
We
guys.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
Have a great rest of your day.
I think we need some eggs, right?
Eggs are going to be very important for our frittata.
Yeah.
Let's go find those.
Great. Like you said, eggs are really important.
They are going to be the star of our show here.
So here we have some eggs.
Eggs, perfect. This is exactly what we're going to need for our frittata. Let's take a look. Good morning. We need some eggs. Let's see. Ooh, this is a nice variety. Some nice texture and some nice colors. I think these look like the ones.
Those look good, yeah.
Beautiful. Where's your farm located?
We're located in Mount Holly.
Mount Holly. Excellent. I think we'll take these.
All right. Do you need
We have a bag.
there?
Great.
Okay. $4.50.
$4.50. Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
These are going
Thank
to
you.
be
Nice
great
to
for our
meet you all.
frittata. Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the frittata.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh, there's a curd.
I was going to say
The curds would be awesome. I love the curd. We could do some tasting.
it's a great idea.
Let's do it. It's got a little nuttiness to it. Cheddar bites, Ryan. I think that's what we're gonna
Like
need.
that. Yeah. It's a nice mild taste to it. Mm-hmm. I think that's great.
It's gonna crumble. It's gonna be just a bit mild.
I think that would be super.
I think we should go for it.
I
Let's
agree.
go a little off recipe and just make it our own.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. We're doing
Good.
well. We're interested in some cheddar bites.
Okay, how many would you like?
Just one.
Okay, $4.50.
$4.50.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Where's your farm?
We don't actually have a farm. We take in 4 loads of raw milk a week from local dairy farmers.
Okay.
And we guaranteed only Vermont milk, and certain farmers we pay an extra premium to get the quality milk that we're looking
Great.
for.
Nice.
Awesome.
You don't do any Parmesan, do you, by chance?
No, not right now. But we just moved into a 50,000 square foot building that will allow us to do more.
I actually have a couple of black raspberry bushes at my house, and the birds have enjoyed most of them. But
Yeah, you have to put a netting on them. Or
they're
something.
really tasty.
We were thinking of some kind of berry dessert or something, right?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
some fresh berries might be kind of a nice end, something sweet to all of our savory.
Excellent. Okay. Anyone in particular for berries you were thinking about?
Yoder Farm is a great one for berries.
Yeah.
Raspberries, and I think I saw some black raspberries there this morning
Okay.
too. Could do a little mix.
That sounds good. And we could always do a little whipped cream on top.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Let's
that
do
sounds
that.
nice.
Oh, here they
wow.
are.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Here.
It's going to be hard to choose.
I think so. They have some mixed buckets too, it looks like.
Do they? Let's see.
There's some reds and blacks.
Oh, perfect.
And like you said, the blueberries have really done
Yeah.
well now.
They're huge. Look at the size of these blueberries. It's amazing.
Very nice.
I think that one is going to be a winner.
Okay.
Let's do one of these. And I think actually we should just go for the mix.
I think that's a great idea.
I think that's going to be plenty of berries for us. Let's do those.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have some berries we'd like to
You
get
do
from
have
you.
berries. Would you like to buy the berries?
I would.
Okay.
They're beautiful.
Great. Thanks. Do you know what they all are?
I think so. It looks like we have some
What
blue
are those?
raspberries,
What are those other ones?
black raspberries.
Yes.
Ah,
Oh,
we
good.
win.
You win. This is how I do it. I go like.
He's
I
got a
nestle
technique.
This here, and then pour the other. And then I pour these as a
Ah.
stabilizing force. That way, everything is copacetic.
We like
That
that.
looks good.
Yeah. Is it a particularly good year for the blues?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It depends.
Okay.
Blueberries are always hit and miss. Some places they're really good. Some
wild.
places they're not so good.
Okay.
And then there's a epidemic supposedly of mummyberry,
Mummyberry.
which we have not been seeing much down our way, but this causes them to shrivel and drop
Oh.
some sort of fungus. Yeah.
Well, we're glad it hasn't hit you.
Blueberries. Blueberries specifically. Raspberries don't seem to get mummyberry. They get other kinds of rot and funk.
All right.
Well, we're glad it hasn't hit your berries because yours look great.
Well, we pick all the seconds into separate containers.
Yeah, you never see
instead
those.
of putting
Yeah,
them into.
only the best make it.
That's true.
Make
Yes,
the
we only bring the winners.
And we
Nice.
pick them
Yep.
for a long
cut. So you must be busy.
Great.
Great.
Super.
It's busy. Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. What do we owe you?
It's
$10.
10? Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
very much.
Thank you
Enjoy the
guys.
rest of your day.
See you later.
Thanks. All right, Brian, I think we have everything we need now. We've got our zucchini. We have, or no, we don't have our zucchini. We have our special squash.
Special squash.
We get to try. We have our special
Yeah.
squash. We have our chard, our onion, our tomatoes, and we have our berries for our
And
dessert.
some parsley too.
And our parsley, that's right. So I think we have everything we need now.
Yeah,
So
and-
I'm gonna run back and get my chef coat so we can get cooking.
That sounds like a great idea. I'll
This
see you
was
in the
fun.
kitchen.
We'll see you in the kitchen.
Great. All right.
And we're back from the farmer's market, and we have some great produce that we're gonna make into our frittata.
Excellent. That was a great trip to the market.
We found some really, really
Yeah.
great stuff.
There's so many vegetables in bloom right now. It's great.
There was. I think this is gonna be a really, really, really nice dish. So we have our kusa squash, which is new for me. I've never cooked with kusa squash, so we'll kind of see what we get when we cut it open.
Yeah, I think that's neat. And they said it's a gift from our Middle Eastern friends that are starting to move to the
Yeah.
area. So that's just an extra benefit.
Really, really interesting. I can't wait to see how it tastes. He said it had some sweetness to it, Greg from
Yeah.
Boardman Hill.
Yeah.
So we'll have our kusa squash, if you would start chopping that up for me into
Absolutely.
a small dice.
Okay.
We got our one spring onion, which you'll also slice up. And today we're gonna cook in cast iron. And cast iron, I think, is one of those really, really underutilized, underappreciated kitchen tricks and utensils. So we'll kind of talk about that as you get going on
Great.
the squash and the onion.
Okay, I'll do that. And I'm going to leave the skin on the squash. I don't know about you, but I think there's a lot of nutritional value in the skin. Do you
Absolutely,
agree? Yeah.
there is.
Great.
I never peel my squash. Well,
Excellent.
unless it's butternut. I peel my butternut squash.
Okay.
But absolutely, any kind of fresh summer squashes, zucchinis, absolutely.
Yeah.
Leave
Good.
it on.
Great.
Another kind of fun thing we have to talk about today are farm fresh eggs, which obviously are the star of our frittata today.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people don't know a whole lot about farm fresh eggs and how they're used, and that you can keep them on your countertop and not refrigerate them.
Well, so it's funny you mention that because I remember being in a different country and walking into the store and seeing an end cap without refrigeration of eggs, and I thought these people must be
They don't
missing
know. What are
something
they
about keeping food and so forth. But it's got to do with them perhaps not having that natural coating washed off. Is that it?
That is absolutely it. So when the chicken lays the egg, it has a very, very, you don't see it, it's a light film that coats the egg that protects the egg from any bacteria or really anything getting into the egg. So if we got these, we got these right from the farmer's market, and you can see that they're all different, they're all gonna look different, they're slightly different colors, and some are speckled.
Big ones, small ones?
Big ones, small ones, and that's what kind of makes it so unique is when you get them at the grocery store, they're all going to be white, they're all going to be the same size if you're getting your conventional eggs. And you'll see that they're not, you can tell that they were recently laid. They're very
They
fresh.
are. They're very
and
nice.
we definitely don't need to be intimidated by that. They're very easy to clean. You just
Yeah.
take a nice damp cloth, some warm water, not too hot, and we're going to wash these just right before we use them.
Great.
So we can
Great.
leave them on the countertop until
Good.
we're ready, and that's kind of a fun
Yeah.
thing about these.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna watch this guy. It goes from being too hot to not hot enough very quickly. So I got this guy nice and preheated. I'm gonna just let him hang out for a little bit. If you want to throw your squash in the pan, we only need about a half a cup. So let's start with just half of that squash probably to start.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you actually. Do you know about the egg drop test, checking for freshness?
Oh, I think I've heard of it, but it's not coming to mind.
So that's the other kind of neat thing about if you're concerned that your eggs, if you don't know, and this would apply to even eggs you buy at the grocery store. So farm fresh or at the grocery store, we can kind of tell just about how old they are or how fresh they are. So if we take an egg and we drop it into a pan of water, it should sit just at the bottom like that. It shouldn't float up at all. If it floats, it's no good. If it floats, throw it away.
I do remember that now.
So it's
Yeah.
just sitting here at the bottom.
Right.
So I'm gonna just kind of rinse these actually.
And how much onion would you like in?
I would say probably what you have chopped is good.
Okay.
And then I'll get you a little spoon here. And then once you're done with that, we have our cherry tomatoes, which I've washed. We got a nice assortment of cherry tomatoes. So let's see, we got the sun golds,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then were these the, I can't remember if you called them purple or black cherries.
They were black cherry
Black cherries,
tomatoes.
right?
I had never heard of a black cherry tomato before, but I'm excited to try it.
Yeah.
And now I think the cherry tomatoes are particularly good when you cook in eggs because they have less juice that come out of them, right?
Right.
There's more skin.
I'm gonna do just a bit of salt in there.
I know I've used some big, maybe like a beefsteak tomato sometimes to make something with eggs, and it was all watery and wet.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Right, with the frittata, we're gonna wanna really kind of be mindful of our water content.
Yeah.
Very good point. So I've got these washed. So for our frittata, we're gonna use, let's see, it's 1 full egg and then 2 egg whites.
Okay.
And then a couple tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of 1% milk. So we have our 1 egg. And then let's see, we'll do our whites. And then we have our Swiss chard in there also. I washed some Swiss chard that we got. We missed the boat a little bit on the spinach, but the Swiss chard looked really, really nice. So I'm gonna beat up our 1 egg and 2 egg whites. And an interesting thing about farm fresh eggs, you'll see the difference in the yolks. Eggs that you're gonna buy at the grocery store are gonna have a lighter yolk because the chickens were fed just grain, typically.
Yeah.
In a farm fresh egg, the chickens were most often maybe eating a little grain, but they were also kind of foraging, at least the eggs that we're gonna get around here. And because they're foraging, there's more nutrients that the chicken is getting, which then passes on to the egg. And your yolk is gonna be a darker, more yellow color, which is gonna mean more flavor for us. So another kind of, lots of interesting egg facts today.
Yeah.
I brushed
that's
up on
good.
my egg knowledge, which was kind of fun. So 2 tablespoons of milk. I'm gonna just put that in here.
So these onions are beginning to get a little translucent and clear.
Perfect.
And do we want to, we don't want to make things mushy, of course, right?
Right, we wanna have some texture and bite left.
Okay.
So maybe I would say, take your heat down just a little bit and we can dice up our cherry tomatoes. Get those in the pan. And this is a really, if as you say, if you have a time throughout the week where you can go and get all your veggies all cut up, and this can be a really fast dish. The frittata itself is only gonna cook in the oven for 5 to 8 minutes on 400 degrees, so it's gonna go quite quickly. Yeah, ooh, it looks very similar to zucchini. It's got the same
It does, yeah.
little bit of seed in there. And if you want to do, we'll do a couple of these. We can leave some
Okay.
size and texture to them.
Should I do some more tomatoes? You think
I
that's
think
good?
that looks good,
Okay.
yeah.
I tried to pick a variety of the golden red and those great black ones, which I'm really
Yeah,
excited
it
to
looks
try
like
those.
you got some good color.
Yeah.
So let's throw those in there.
Okay.
And then if you would grab the chard behind you in the fridge, well, maybe just cut that in half, probably. It's going to wilt down for us. Let's get my salt out of here. And what we're going to do once all of our vegetables are sauteed is we'll put our egg and milk mixture right in the pan, and it'll go right in the oven. Again, that's going to be 400 degrees for about 5 to 8 minutes.
So the great thing about this farmer's market frittata, I think, too, is there was no right or wrong way to make it. I
Exactly.
mean, you can walk through the market and every week choose a different thing to put in.
That's absolutely true. You really can be kind of inspired about what it is you find. Because we did buy some parsley while we were there. And then this morning I went out to the herb garden that we have right at the hospital, and I picked some basil. We have tons of basil out there, and the mint has just gone wild. The mint we're gonna actually use for our little quick kind of dessert
Oh yeah.
with our berries that we picked up. But I brought just a nice little, it's kind of even a nice table centerpiece.
It is.
I had it sitting in my office before I got here, and it smelled so good. So I just took some nice cold water, and it's gonna do really well in there. I brought, this is kind of our traditional typical mint, and then we have some chocolate mint growing out there. So it has it's not overly chocolatey, but if you kind of, it smells like a thin mint,
Oh, nice.
almost like a cookie, a mint cookie. Perfect. I think that looks great. And then kind of the spur of the moment thing we picked up and are gonna add is that cheddar, the cheddar bites,
Oh yeah. That was a real find.
yeah, the Maple Brook
Yeah.
cheddar curds. Because we had talked about whether or not we were gonna do any cheese, and we kind of were walking by and saw it, and that's kind of what's so fun about it.
Right. Cheddar is really good to put in. Monterey Jack, perhaps. Maybe not so much mozzarella, right?
Yeah,
Not
we
in
weren't
this.
we
No.
weren't feeling like mozzarella was gonna be a great choice, but we found the cheddar bites.
Yep. This goes in now or after the eggs go in?
I'm gonna put the eggs in first. And these actually were small eggs, but I think we're gonna have just enough.
I went heavy on the vegetables.
That's a good thing.
tend to do that.
That's a really good thing.
When
We're
I
all
make a
about
pizza,
wellness.
when I make a pizza at home, the crust is soggy. There's so many vegetables on it. There's a crust in there somewhere,
That's a good problem to have. So what we're going to want to do is once we put in our egg, we want to just give it a couple of minutes to start cooking here before we put it in the oven. So we're going to want to see the eggs start to just set up all around the outside here. So I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. And if you want to grab some of the crumbles for us.
Okay.
And we want kind of some small chunks. So if there's some that are too big, just kind of crumble them up with your fingers maybe, and
We're gonna
we'll just
crumble
toss
them
them
around?
right on top. And then we have herbs I kind of do go back and forth with. I like to put fresh herbs into whatever it is I'm making, and then I like to garnish with them also, because depending on what your herb is, some of that flavor is going to start to cook out a little bit. It's going to cook in, and you're going to lose it a little bit. But if you garnish with it at the end also,
Right.
you're going to have kind of best of both worlds. You're going to have both stages.
Now, in the absence of fresh vegetables, folks can, of course, use things from cans and so forth. You know, maybe during a real downtime of year when not a whole lot's at the market or something like that, or maybe they don't have anything at home, but they could certainly use some things from a can.
Oh,
correct?
absolutely.
Yeah. Does that look good, or a little bit
Perfect.
more?
Nope,
Yeah.
that's great. We're going to pop this in
Super.
5 to 8 minutes, 400 degrees. And we're going to throw our berries together here. I've got all of our berries washed. Now we grabbed both the blueberries and the black raspberries and regular raspberries.
Yep. Black and reds. Those are
Black and
nice.
reds.
Yeah.
And in lieu of doing a whipped cream, which you see a lot with berries, I grabbed some maple Greek yogurt.
Oh,
so I thought we could
excellent.
do just a little bit of maple Greek yogurt on the bottom here. And I brought some kind of parfait glasses for us. I think there's a spoon
Yeah.
right in here. We'll do just a little bit of yogurt on the bottom. Perfect. So this is just
That
really
looks
easy.
great.
It's so simple. It's just the berries and a little bit of yogurt, and you can use whatever kind of yogurt you like. But
Very
really, really
nice.
healthy, really, really fresh. So in season. The berries that we found were just so perfect and fresh. And that's
Perfect.
so easy.
Look at that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So our frittata probably has another 3 to 4 minutes on it, I would say. It's something that, again, we want to let it set up enough on the stove, finish it in the oven, 400 degrees, it's going to go pretty quickly.
Right. It's got to cool down then, right, of course? I mean, 'cause
Yeah,
you
we're
don't
going to
want
let it
too
cool
hot.
just a little in the pan for it to set. You'll want to just kind of see, depending on the veggies and depending on that water content, depending what we
Right.
put in there, it may take a little longer or be a little quicker.
Yeah, yeah.
You could certainly use
that's good.
mushrooms. You could absolutely put some breakfast sausage or some bacon if you wanted to add
Yeah.
some meat to this dish. That would be very easy also.
Right. Now, my favorite thing to do with it is to have leftovers, and then the next morning wrap it in a tortilla.
Oh wow, that's a
And that's
really
really
good
good.
idea.
So it's like a burrito type thing.
Yeah,
Really enjoy that.
that's a great idea. I
Yeah,
love
it's
that.
nice. So that's great. Now this sweet onion that we use too, this looks like a leek that's been allowed to grow like 10 times its natural
Yeah.
size. Is that kind of what you think it is?
I
from the
think so.
family of that?
It looks like that type of variety. You
Yeah.
could probably use the tops just like a scallion or even
Mm-hmm.
a leek. It's kind of in between one of those fresh spring onions.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm
That's
just
great.
going to kind of add some oil to these while
Yeah.
we're waiting on our frittata.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think the food court's been great. I've been seeing, nice natural and whole foods being served there, and I know there's a line of kombucha drinks that
Yes.
have been brought in
Yeah,
and
we've
so
been
forth. And
adding what we can of just different things for people to try as well as Vermont products.
Yeah.
To really try to get in some variety.
it's nice.
It's
And
nice that people have noticed and
yeah,
are trying those new things.
yeah. And I know folks from the food court, we've been giving some fruit to the night shift folks, trying
Yeah.
to instill some healthy eating habits.
With the Wellness
then.
Committee initiative, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's been very, very nice. And so just different ways that we can help employees think about eating well and like I said, it's great to prep food in advance for days so that you have time to get out and do things that perhaps maybe folks didn't think they did.
Right.
Like our great running event coming up in September too.
Yes.
So,
I need to get out and practice. I need to do that. Let's check our frittata.
something smells good.
And I think it is our frittata. Perfect. That baked up
Oh, look
quite
at that.
quickly. And I
Very
think what
nice.
you're seeing, we see a little bit of the cheese starting to melt. We have our fresh parsley, and we can even add a little more parsley to the end here. And as you said, we'll want to wait just a couple of minutes here for it to finish setting up. But I bet we could take our spoons and get a little taste of the corner.
I think so. Yeah, that looks great, and it is colorful. Looks really, really nice.
That's eating the rainbow. Eat all the colors that you possibly
Yeah.
can. That's a really great
Yeah.
great tip for healthy eating.
That's right. And we didn't mention, we could have put some potatoes in there as well.
Right.
We didn't say
If
that,
you wanted
but
to do some potatoes
we
and
could,
some bacon
to add
even.
some carbs to that. And
Yeah.
so I think that's,
Ooh, I
that
got a
looks
little
great.
piece of the cheese. Let's try it.
You didn't burn yourself,
I got a
did you?
big piece of cheese. Really good.
Nice job.
Brian, thanks so much for joining me. I really
Excellent.
appreciate it. This was a great dish. Thanks for all your help.
Anytime you need a partner to tour the farmer's
We'll have you
market,
back.
you let me know.
You're a good shopping buddy.
Thank you
Thanks
very
so
much.
much, Brian.
Great.
And thank you for joining us. Join us again and check us out on PEG TV on demand. Be well.